Hi everyone, welcome back to another Tech Talk session with me. I'm Tripti Sinha, your host from Tech Jobs Fair, and today we are joined by Miss Diana Kucheva. For a decade, Diana was an IT consultant, now combining many roles under one hat. She is the founder of London Tech Community, which helps to find local jobs and socialize faster for Ukraine techies in London. Besides, she is country director for She Builds Teams and helps female founders with assembling technical teams. So, hi Diana, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
Hi, Tripti. Thank you for inviting me over. I'm really passionate about what tech jobs fairs are doing, and I know how hard you're working on this. So I'm really grateful to have a common event now. And yeah, well, it doesn't look like summer in London now, but I still have a great mood. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And to all of our viewers, we are about to dive into a very exciting discussion today, which could be a game changer for your networking skills and it'll help you upskill your level. So be with us until the end of the session, right? So, Diana, before we get into the conversation or dive deep into our topic, we'd like to take a moment and you can uncover your journey so far in the industry. So, if you could share a little, journey of yours with us.
Yes, so for a decade I was working as IT consultant, as you was mentioning before. During COVID times, I realized that, well, it was first time when I wasn't traveling to the conferences or I wasn't visiting my clients all the time. Before I could just spend 2 nights per year in my place just because I was constantly in airplane. And yeah, during COVID, I realized that I'm commercially super successful, but still something is missing. I'm not happy. And that's how idea of combining my biggest passion of art. As you can see, I have some art, like I'm art collector myself, and I have like super passionate about this topic. So I decided to combine biggest passion and something that I'm good at. I'm good at building products for someone else, and that's how idea of Artec startup came up. And everything was going pretty well, but as you may know, I'm from Ukraine and the full escalation war started. So unfortunately we lost funding, we lost some people in the team, and that's how I moved to London. I was super lucky to find a job during my first week here, and that's how my phone number started passing by friends of friends, like people who I never met, and they were writing one thing: "You found job for you, find something for me." Fun fact about me: I never worked as recruiter, I never worked as event organizer or, oh my god, coach consultant. Happened to be one. Now I already helped more than 700 people to find a job here in the UK. We have more than 3,000 members in London Tech Community, and again, everything is for free. I have done more than 300 events, all about professional skills, upskilling, or how to gain soft or hard skills. So everything about career focused, plus about socializing and adapting here to the new market. And that's my background, and what I'm trying now, it's like to juggle in between these social impact projects and also business oriented. I still have like half of my brains are still working on like business focused. And what I can see that people who are coming to London, coming to UK from different countries, they're mostly struggling actually with self-confidence, just because you're here and you already have huge knowledge, huge experience. You just need to package your skills differently from where you used to live before.
Yeah, right. And I think that's a beautiful journey that you've had so far, right? Figuring out and then finally landing to a place where I think you're happy at doing what you're doing and helping people out there. So I think that's really amazing. So, I think my first question for you would be what exactly is networking for you and why is it so important right now, especially for job seekers, right?
For me personally, it's all about relationship. I guess I was doing what I'm doing now all my life. I just didn't know that you can label it somehow. So for me, it's about building relationship and having communicate, like building your communicative skills. And what I'm always telling everyone, it's not like you need to play a new role just put a mask and smile and ask questions. No, you need to be yourself. If you're
Yeah.
introvert, it's totally fine to go to the event and maybe not speak with everyone. You don't need to open the door with your leg. It's like, hey, here I am, and like be in the center of attention. If you're not comfortable with that, please don't do. And I'm always the one who's telling about authenticity of networking, just because I do believe that we people, we're animals. We smell fake emotions. We smell when someone is lying to us. And if we maybe not like don't really know why we don't like this human being in front of us, but we already feel that something is wrong. So if you'll put a mask and pretend you're someone else, then people will never maybe remember what's actually wrong with you, but they all will always remember how they feel standing near you. So you basically need to be yourself. One thing that actually helps me and helps my client when I'm telling that, well, first of all, you're coming to the conference or meetup, it's already everyone came there and everyone is uncomfortable. Just
Yeah.
you need to understand that everyone in this boat and they're not going anywhere. This is first thing. Second thing, I'm always telling that stranger is a friend that you haven't met yet. Seriously, every human being is amazing, and we have so many stories to share. Even though you think that maybe someone is not relevant to you, I'm pretty sure 100% their experience, you can benefit from their experience. You can benefit from listening
Yeah.
to their story, or maybe they will benefit from when you all share your life hack or your past experience that will be really useful. And what I see, people who are coming to a new country, they also don't feel comfortable enough, and they think that their experience is not relevant or no one really cares about what they were doing before. But I bet it can be really beneficial for someone else. So you just need to be yourself and share what you have in your mind.
Right. Like you mentioned, like, people joining these kind of conferences, like it's new for everyone. Not everybody knows everyone, right? So they might just know one or two people in the whole crowd, and then, but they might see some people who could be like, helpful for them, but they don't really know how to initiate a conversation, because it's very difficult to, be an extrovert in an in a public space, and then just go talk to them and trying to see how you can, connect with them in what terms, and what could be the common grounds. So are there any recommendations that you would like to give, in terms of, let's say, which could be ice breaking, uh, you know tips for the people?
First of all, just be curious and be genuine. And by curiosity, I means that if you can see something really different in the stand, for example, you're coming to someone in the conference and they have a stand, you can see that their colors are different or their logo looks interesting. So you can be curious to ask, oh, what's actually in the logo because I'm confused, or what you're doing. You, I'm always telling that like the most beneficial, or when you understand that client's call went well or networking party went well, when you were the one who were talking the least. So you just listened, and it's all about asking the right question. For
Right.
me, it's always easy, not always easy, but like it's much easier to go to the conference when you're not even wearing a suit, or maybe there'll be a brush. For example, I'm always wearing Ukrainian flag, so it's already a good starting point. When like, okay, you're from Ukraine, I've been there, or it can be to the country. So you need to like you need to look for some details and
Mhm.
ask a question. I know people who are always starting with compliments, but here I'm always telling to be super gentle and again genuine. If you're
Yeah.
telling that you love someone's shoes and you obviously don't like, and your body language is showing that, well, you are not genuine, and people can feel that. So be careful with it.
Right. So you just have to be little noticeable, I think, and then see what actually generates curiosity, so that you can have that, conversation popped out in an awkward situation as well. Right.
Yeah.
So, also to our viewers, if you have any questions as we proceed with the session on networking, you can drop your questions on the comment section, and we will try to answer them like either throughout or like after the session, right? And so, you are a founder yourself of a tech community, right? So, what kind of conferences would you suggest to, let's say, tech aspiring professionals who are new in their career, or like, are looking for career advancements? What are the type of conferences that they should step into or visit to
Uh,
like upgrade their networks and connections?
Gotcha. So here I'm always telling that size matters. And by that, I means the smaller the event, much better it will be and more beneficial for you, for your like goal. First of all, you need to set an intention. Like you need to have a goal. You're coming there to what? Find a client, find a job, find a friend. So it can be whatever, but just like you need to have this mission and this goal, and you need to follow the steps. Second life hack is really to go to smaller meetups, just because you will have opportunity to speak with everyone in the room. In bigger the conference is, it means that everyone will be really tired of talking every day. It's really hard to find someone relevant. And for that, you need to find some niche events. For example, I was working with health tech startups and in healthcare industry. So what I was doing, I was going to them. I didn't go to some IoT conferences, even though there can be some health tech related startups, but there will be less chance for me to find a client because my main goal was obviously to find a client and sign the contract. So
Yeah.
really all depends on your intentions, but the idea is pretty simple. You just need to answer one question: why do you need to go there? And you can always use Luma, Eventbrite, Meetup. Um, this will be enough for you to even to find free events. I love
Mhm.
actually paid events just because it's already making more relevant. It's already like filtering people. But I understand when you're, for example, looking for a job, you don't have a lot of resources. So my life hack is simple. If you have some dream job in some dream company, just check what they are doing. Maybe they have even a meetup that might be not so relevant to you. For example, it will be women in tech or women in engineering, women in leadership. You're not in leadership yet,
Mhm.
but you want to meet some people who are working in this company who can make an internal referral to you, or who can just give you life hack or some how to get there, or they can tell their own experience how they got to this job and how they applied for this company, and it will be already beneficial for you.
Right. That's interesting. So now that we've spoken a little about in-person events where which we can visit physically, but we all know right now the world's getting all digitalized, and social media has become a huge networking platform right now. So how can an individual like leverage social media platforms like LinkedIn and other to enhance their professional network and advance their career?
So first of all, you see, people are watching us online. We are in online event, and I do believe that with popularity of online events, offline became new luxury. So you still please go to offline events, even if I know that you will spend much more time and energy to commute to actually speak with like real people, but it will be really beneficial for you. But talking about online events and online visibility, we all heard tons of information about personal branding, but it's very important. And here in the UK market, when you are like you're competing here, not with the best talents from your country, even if you're from a huge country like India, for example, or Ukraine, but you're competing here with the whole world. So what you need to be aware, you need to be different. You need to have your niche. Second idea, you need to take care of your social selling score. You can check it in LinkedIn for free, and it already provides you some life hacks. Where at you need to have extra points, where at you need to work harder, so you will have more visibility for your posts, more visibility for recruiters to find you, or more visibility to find potential clients.
Right. So, I mean, like, how often, like, how active they need to be on these kind of platforms? Like, do they have to be very consistent, connecting every day, or just spending some few minutes every day, or once in 2 days? So,
Me
how active do
personally,
they have to be?
gotcha. Like me personally, I'm super jealous and envy of people who can be consistent, who can spend even 1 hour per day, or let's say 30 minutes per day, to do this thing. Kudos to you. I need to learn. But again, it's like what I was telling, that you can easily burn out when you're not doing something that you're not enjoying, and when
Yeah.
you're not getting these results, because unfortunately this is long-term run, and unfortunately this is like a long-term strategy. You can't, of course, there by luck you can have some visibility and your post can go viral, but usually it's not like this. Usually you need to spend several months and even years to have visibility in your industry, to be expert in something. So I do believe that you need to spend at least, let's say, 2 days per week of checking LinkedIn, or writing some posts, or writing even a comments, uh, and speaking with people who are already experts in that industry where you want to work, or with whom you want to work.
Mhm.
uh, but yeah, I know people that believe that okay, it's a part of a job, so they're just doing it because you need to do, and they are writing posts every day. I'm not from one of them. I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing. I do believe that now it's summertime, so pretty much everyone is already, at least in their minds, they're on holidays. So in August, LinkedIn will be dead. No one will answer you even from work emails. I'm not even talking about LinkedIn. So you also need to think about seasonal work.
Yeah.
There are seasons when people are more active. There are times when people are more active. There are even guidelines of when you need to write which post, when do you need to comment that. And unfortunately, I can't tell you by now, like, okay, write post on Tuesday, 9 a.m., just because algorithms are always changing. And
Yeah.
this information, maybe when you will listen to us on YouTube, this information won't be relevant anymore. So you can just check best time for LinkedIn post online, and you will find the latest data. There are a lot of experts in this sphere, and my only suggestion will be to find a niche, to find industry where you want to be. That's it.
It's pretty important to be, or stay up to date with these kind of algorithms nowadays for any kind of social media platforms because they're changing faster than the weather.
Yeah.
And one more thing, because job seekers mainly, right, they hop back on LinkedIn or any social media professional, let's say, platforms while they're looking for jobs, like when they're actively looking for jobs, and then when they get the one once they get the job, they're again out of the platform, like they're no more active, right? So and they also start networking with people, asking for referrals, and they're just very active when they're looking for a job. So what are the common pitfalls that they can avoid while networking online?
First, again, it's common rule. It's not only about online or offline or networking when you're looking for a job. It's just like one thing that everyone need to learn. It's like give back first before you're asking.
Mhm.
Something that I'm repeating to everyone. Give back to community. Even if you're not looking for a job now, someone is writing you in DM and asking for internal referral, please do this. Even if no one was doing it for you before, but one day you'll maybe need a help, and that's how karma is working.
Right.
Um, Second thing is, well, as I already mentioned, consistency is really helping and can be beneficial. So, for example, even if you found a job, you want still to be visible in the company, you want to have a raise in salary, uh, or have visibility, or be promoted, or maybe even pivot inside the company. It will be also helpful to get some visibility. You will also have, by networking even online, you can have some knowledge that no one will find by just googling. You will know people who know people, and you can always ask them for help or advice, or even for some life hack how to deal with company stuff or with your job conflicts inside. It can be really beneficial. And third thing, I do believe that consistency is important, just because this is not something that you're building just to get a job and forgot.
Hmm.
You're working on your personal brand. Just think about it like investing in yourself, and it's something that will be with you, and no one can take it from you during all your life.
Right. So, do you also believe, like, these events, online or offline or conferences, are actually valuable in terms of, building connections and networking?
Um, of course, it all depends on the event itself. For organizers, you can always ask organizers who were previous speakers or who were attendees, who are my main target audience, and you just always need to ask yourself, what's your mission? For example, my mission is to get clients. I'm helping female founders, so more female founders I can get, even by talking about some different topics. It will be blast for me. But also I'm working on social impact projects, and I do believe that giving back to community is important. So when I have free time, when I have energy, I'm always doing some free events, open lectures, and like being a speaker at events, just because I love helping people, and I do believe that it's important. And if everyone out of us, like professionals from different industry, will even have one event per month where they will just share with everyone their knowledge, our world will be such better place.
That's so beautiful. So, my last question for you for today would be, what are the best approaches like to maximize the value of attending these events for networking?
If we are talking about some big conferences, you need to prepare at least 2 months in front. Um, so for me, the hardest part is actually not preparation. In preparation, you're checking who is going, you are making a list of people, of attendees, people who will be as speakers. You're creating follow-ups, so you're actually writing messages and asking people to have 15 minutes with you, so you will know that okay, you already have time in your schedule for meeting them. But the hardest part for me is actually maintenance afterwards. So we have preparation for 2 months. During these several days of event, we are non-stop networking, speaking with everyone. Again, your idea is always to understand headaches of people, to understand what needs they have. You don't need to think selfishly about, well, I need clients or I need a job. That's what I need. You need to think how you can give back to people, or how your knowledge and how you can help them. So that should be your also main goal. And after that, maintaining for me is the hardest, just because every new event, it means that you'll have new people in your pipeline, and your network is always going larger and larger. But don't forget about like small tiny details that actually helps to maintain this relationship. For example, I know who have some pets. For example, I am a dog owner.
Uh-huh.
That's why for me it's super easy to remember who was having some pet, a cat or a dog. So I'm always checking how are they doing. The same goes for kids. Don't forget about some big life updates. Maybe someone mentioned during small talk that they will have a wedding soon. So I'm not even sending to send a gift. You can send a postcard. Just small present actually helps to maintain relationship and build it. And it's not something that can be built easily during one event. You
Yeah.
need even several, like for UK market, you definitely need several years to maintain this relationship, to grow it to something bigger.
Yeah, it's like, climbing up 6-story buildings. You don't have elevator. You're just going step by step, like taking the stairs, right?
Exactly.
But I think
Yeah.
I think that was fabulous, taking insights on networking from you. And we do have time constraints, because of which, we have to bring this session to an end for today. But of course, we'll connect again with another interesting topic in the future. But before we wrap this up, is there anything that you would like to add from your end, like a tip on networking, especially for job seekers and, related to events or anything from your end?
Um, as I was mentioning before, be genuine, be yourself. So don't try to pretend that you're someone else. If you're not comfortable with events, just like you need to understand that no one is comfortable, and think about every stranger in the room, that it's a friend, or let's say it's your future colleague, work colleague, that you just like haven't met yet, and now you have a perfect time and place to meet him.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Diana, for joining us today. And thank you, everyone, for viewing us and joining us today. If you're a job seeker, we have multiple events coming up. You can check out our website, techjobsfair.com, and check out the events, both in person and virtual events. And yes, get your free tickets now. And I'll catch you all soon. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.
You're doing an amazing job. Thank you for this trip too. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.